Good morning, everybody. We are here at the 123 Pioneer Compound, home of Out of the Box Company and Avant Garde CrossFit, also the venue of this year's Asia Championships. With me is none other than Michael Mogard, multiple games athlete, and also the director of the Asia Championships. Real quickly, we're going to ask him first and foremost, Mike, what is the history of the Asia Championships? Why did you come up with it? What was the goal? What was the intention?
Yeah, you know, Asia's so spread out, and so we were really looking for an opportunity to connect everybody in one place at one time of the year, kind of throw the biggest party, have fitness be the thing we're focusing on, have people throw down and compete, and then just have a good time afterwards. So that just connect to the region was the first one. And then to celebrate all the talents. We felt like there was a lot of talents in Asia that were undiscovered, not being talked about, not making it on social media, or at least not going viral on social media. So we wanted to be an organization that said, hey, there's a lot happening here. How can we bring that to the table, the forefront, and make the fitness competitors in Asia famous? Yeah.
Right, awesome. Now, the Asia Championship started 3 years ago. It's actually been 3 years. The very first venue was in Bangkok. The second year it was in Korea. That was last year. And this year it has made its way here to Metro Manila, the Philippines. Mike, what do you think about it so far, being here in our home country?
Man, it's great. You know, we started at Training Ground with Ron and Jasmine our first year in their home box, you know, which was cool. And then the next year we went to Korea, and we kind of did the big stadium thing. And it went well, but we just thought, you know what, we want to get back down to a little bit more of the grassroots organic feel. And so we came here, and the amount of support has been overwhelming. I mean, the Philippines, the fitness is taking off like crazy here. And I mean, Out of the Box did an amazing job with the venue. So many sponsors, so many partners here. Just the amount of support is what it's about, and we couldn't ask for anything better.
Something that's talked about often is the programming.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's actually genius, evil genius programming. I just want to peek into your mind real quickly and ask you, what are the concepts behind it? Because like, you give regional athletes a run for their money. Like, you have them think about strategies and preparation methods. What is it that goes through your mind as you make these workouts?
Yeah, so I mean, we got to test for the fittest, right? Like that's number one, and that's kind of obvious. But it's really important to me to test athletes completely, but not destroy them. So that's number two, is how do I take the volume and make it manageable, but also definitely divide between the best and not. So that's really important. I'm actually really concerned with, and this maybe surprise people, with how friendly it is to watch. So I'm constantly thinking, how do we set this up so a fan can follow it and it'll be entertaining for. That was kind of the inspiration behind the snatch shootout, was just, is this thing going to be fun to watch, you know? And then I really like to pull, like I mentioned in my IG post last night, I really like to pull from other sports and different disciplines and things like that. So I'll take a look at what other sports are doing, how they make it exciting, how they test their athletes, and then try to take the two and make it into one. And then if you've followed me long enough in my programming, you're always going to see that I really like the short, intense tests, right? You're always going to find two of those at least in the programming. So this year it's event 5 with the assault bike, and then the final event as well. That's my piece of this whole thing. That's where I focus, and so I love it. I spend a lot of time doing it. I test all the workouts probably 5 times.
Right, yeah.
So most of my training regimen is about creating stuff. Yeah. So
I saw your face yesterday when somebody finished a swim workout in 16 minutes.
Oh my gosh, I know, because I've done it, and I know that my time was not 16. Yeah. So I was like, you know, wow, yeah, I think he beat me.
Yeah. So for the athletes to still surprise you is a good thing. Last thing, yeah. Right? We started in Bangkok. We made it to Korea. Now we're here in the Philippines. We have Russians in the mix. We've got people from Hong Kong, Singapore, Brunei, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Guam. The list goes on and on and on. Yeah. What's next for the Asia Championships?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, we are talking right now. We've got some really cool, exciting ideas. I can't share them yet, but how to expand. So I think the word that we're talking about right now is expansion. You know, we want to see the sport grow. Competitive fitness, it's right on the bubble of just exploding. I know in some places it is, like here in Manila in the Philippines, but we want to be on the forefront of helping that happen everywhere. And so expansion's the word, but that's all I'll say for now.
You heard it yourself, guys. That is the next step for the Asia Championships. As if you think that we're kind of slowing down, no, not at all. We are about to expand. We heard it first from the director of the Asia Championships himself, Mr. Michael Mogar. Thank you so much for your time. From the GroundGrownPodcast, we'll catch you on our next interview in just a little bit. Bye, guys. And welcome back to the GroundGrownPodcast. I am joined now by the brains behind HollowRock Gear and HollowRock Philippines. I have on my left Migs and Mike. Say hello, guys.
How you doing, man?
All right, and we're still here at the Asia Championships where the main sponsor would be HollowRock. And real quickly, we're going to talk to them about what their brand is about, where it's from. They're going to give us a brief history of it, what is its mission and vision. And yeah, let's talk about that real quickly.
You know, HollowRock is the brainchild of my background as a teacher and being able to give back. You know, I am from the Philippines and we've done a lot of outreach programs to be able to send kids to school. So that is the main motivation behind starting HollowRock, behind our mantra, which is together build strength. So the whole purpose of that is not only in the CrossFit community, because it's all based about community and building strength together. You have other disciplines as well, from jiu-jitsu, from triathlon, everything the same thing, where you're trying to work together to reach your goal. So in terms of the motivation behind the brand, we do a lot of outreach. So we send a lot of kids to school, especially from the Philippines. Being Filipino, I feel like that's my mission, to be able to give back. And through HollowRock, with the quality of the products, with the intention and innovations that we have, we're able to bring that to the forefront and really have that mission. The event we just had back at our headquarters in Irvine, California, sent 20 kids through their high school year or through their senior year, so they don't have to worry about that. And we were trying to focus to get them through their college as well. So HollowRock stands for Together Build Strength, building community, crossing borders, going into Europe, going into the Philippines, but definitely still the Philippines, because that's where our heart is and that's where our mission wants to start. Yeah.
One of my favorite lines with HollowRock, as I'm part of the HollowRock team as well, as an inspiring movement, and it's really something, especially seeing it here now, in fruition in a material setting where you are backing up one of the largest competitions here in Asia, which is the Asia Championships, right? And so as the Asia Championships is also a form of inspiring movement, although the cost is not as noble as HollowRock's, it definitely is an amazing thing to see, like, two certain companies kind of come together. Now Mike is in charge of coming here to the Philippines, or taking charge of operations here in the Philippines. What does it mean exactly for the Asia Championships coming to Manila, coming to the Philippines, and HollowRock backing it up, and then now having all of this exposure to the Philippine community, the Philippine CrossFit community, and the fitness industry? And what does that mean for HollowRock here in our country?
Okay, well, definitely in terms of building the community in the Philippines, whether it's CrossFit or, like Miguel said, other communities, it's huge for us to be able to support an event like this. Although, like you were saying, it's not necessarily just a Filipino event. Asia-wide is something also we're definitely looking at. So again, it's all about community for us. Again, like Miguel said, building strength together, inspiring movement. Those are all the taglines we use that are important to us as a brand and as a community building center, whether it's our athletes, our scholarship students, or some of the other, I guess, endeavors that we're trying to do with, like, Coach Pep as well, and other guys like that are supporting up and coming young talent as well. So
Right.
That's what's really important to us as a company and as a brand.
Yeah, so basically that's the future that you can see for HollowRock Philippines, right? We're supporting causes, we're supporting schools and all of that. If you're still curious about what HollowRock is all about, and it's not just about the apparel, trust me, that's just like the external side of it. Please go to their website, check out their Instagram account, HollowRock Gear or HollowRock Gear PH, right? That's for the localized version. But we also want to, figure out as well what's in the future on an international basis. So let us in about that. What's the future for HollowRock on a larger scale?
Our motivation is to try to affect as many people as we can, try to give hope, through our brand, and that goes across borders into Europe and all the regions, that we're able to get into. So that's our motivation. HollowRock 5 years down the line, hopefully thousands of scholars going through school, going through the ranks, and making something of themselves. Who knows, whether it's an athlete or a teacher, that's what we want to be able to give hope to people around the world.
Yeah. All right, so again, guys, if you're interested to be part of the movement, be part of this inspiring movement, check out their social media, check out HollowRock Gear, the website, the Instagram, the Facebook, everything is there. Be involved, and again, thank you guys for being part of this Asia Championship. It's an amazing event as it is growing. We look forward to seeing the growth internationally and here in the Philippines, and I'm definitely honored to be a part of it.
Can I say one more thing? One more thing. Very lucky to have this guy, again, inspiration for very many people across the region. Just his work ethic and just being able to, share that with everybody is really inspirational to watch. Just last night as he won, a lot of charisma, a lot of personality, and that's exactly what we want HollowRock athletes to possess. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we've got more in for you guys as we talk to the rest of the team behind the amazing Asia Championships as it is here in the Philippines in 2017. Don't go away. We'll be back for the Ground Grown Podcast. Cheers. And we're back still at Ground Grown Podcast at the Asia Championships doing our satellite podcast. Joining me today, or right now, is the big boss lady herself. We have Sunny Conde. She is literally the head of this whole thing, and I'm honored to have her for a few minutes. Real quickly, Sunny, we talked about this off air. I would just want to know first and foremost, what is it like to organize such an event, which is the Asia Championships, coming here to the Philippines?
Okay, can I take this?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, thanks for having me. I know things been really busy. I haven't been able to say hi to friends and everything, but I'm so happy to actually be here and organize this whole thing, of course, with the help of Out of the Box and Avant-Garde CrossFit, Honestly, it kind of was overwhelming because once you get an idea to organize things, it seems to be all good, flowers and roses and rainbows, And then when you start to execute it, it begins to hit you how much of a task it is actually. So we tried to work as early as we could. I believe in preparation. Preparation is key. We have been working on this since last year. Granted, you can't have things go your way all the time, so we had deadlines that were not met, and things like that. For me, it's like having experiences in the past in international competitions made me see everything from behind the scenes, because what happens is you as an athlete would only see a certain part of it, but for every athlete, say for example, there's a minimum of 5 people working so that you guys can actually have like a palatable experience at the back. So when we were organizing this, we were thinking about that 5, so you have teams here like, wow, muscle, so how will muscle go, and things like that, down to the last detail we were planning. Of course, we know that Murphy's Law will always be at work, but we were trying to avoid as many hiccups as we could. So it was overwhelming, but it was fun. I really liked working on those spreadsheets late at night, thinking about equipment, thinking about where my judges are gonna stage, thinking about how muscle's gonna be, and all of these things. So it was really, really fun.
Yeah. So let's talk about real quickly team judgment. Having you at the head of the helm of this judging team, being a veteran, we can say that a veteran judge. You've judged in the regionals, you've judged in the games, you've judged at Wadapalooza, you've judged at even the more quiet ones like in Korea or even in Australia, correct? Right? Actual major competitions that involved high caliber of judging. What is it like for you to bring that level of judging here to a competition that is the caliber of the Asia Championships, and here as well to our country that I would say probably has never experienced a level of preparation that you have given?
Well, it was really, really interesting for me because one, having that kind of experience, I actually am very grateful. For one, it's not a matter of ego in a sense, but I really, really try to look at each competition that I would go to and actually really see what the need is. The Asia Championships, I feel, was born out of a need for us Asians to be able to play, since we're still babies when it comes to CrossFit, and the Pacific right now is just beginning to open for us. So I was thinking like, yes, but our guys are good too. But the thing is, half the competition is in the judging. It's half the competition. And to me, I was always like thinking, oh my God, I feel so sorry for that athlete because the judging was unfair. As a judge, I feel that our role is to be partners with the athlete. Make sure that their work is validated, but also be their best friend. How? Keep them honest. Like sometimes you don't know, like you're not going to depth. Yeah, why? Because you're already tired, but it wasn't your intention, right? You're just focusing on the workout. So what we're here to do is to actually help you guys get through that one and make sure that the right person is put on the podium. Now, that for me is the highest respect we can give the athletes here in Asia. And so for me, to bring this level of judging to an event such as the Asia Championships was of the highest importance. It was really, really, I've been mulling it over ever since I said yes to this gig, which was like 8 months ago. I've been mulling over, like, how are we gonna do this? I don't want the athletes to have a bad experience. I mean, granted, nobody's gonna be happy with no reps, but and so when we, the next thing for me to think about was, I want to bring this level of judging to the Philippines. I mean, I get it, not everyone has had the opportunity to work with the people that I have worked with. But the thing is, I think the way I can really respect my teachers is to actually pay it forward so that the level of judging here in Manila, here in the Philippines, will actually just go up. And that would be, we would be known as, like, one of the best, if not the best, judging teams here in Asia.
Right.
Yeah, and I also thought about, like, okay, we have regionals athletes here. We have the best in Asia. I know a lot of guys in the Pacific region and in the Asia region who are actually regionals judges. And so I was, like, calling them. Like, say, for example, the assistant head judge, Mike Shaw. He's a Games veteran, Wadapalooza veteran, you name it. He's a very high-level judge. He was one of my big brothers when I first started. And now we're working together. That's why we work so well together. And I think, he has been a big help in just raising the caliber of everyone. So what I wanted to do was to really teach other people, because when you go into this kind of work, like the regionals, my first was the regionals, the games, and all of those things, nobody really teaches you anything. They assume that you know the workout standards, which might be true, but when the thing hits the fan, it's really different. So I would have appreciated it, which I did, that my teachers were really, like, spot on, but we didn't have any PDFs or anything like that. And I was, like, thinking, I want something that my judges can revert to. That's why I wrote the manual. I wrote a manual for this event. I honestly gave them an exam. So these judges know their stuff, because a lot of the major issues in competitions come from judges not knowing what they're supposed to do. And that really ticks me off, because, you can really mess it up for the athlete. And that's what we're concerned about. So it was a really long time of preparation. It was a really long time of planning. I am very fortunate because, honestly, I'm in communication every day with the head judge of the CrossFit Games. And he's been such a mentor to me, like, looking at that document, what do you think of this, And he would say, like, oh, this is good, this is good. So I'm really, really blessed, and I feel like this is a really good opportunity to just pay it forward. And I can confidently say that my team has really, really stepped up. So that's making me really happy.
Last question. What does it mean for CrossFit Infinitas and the CrossFit here in the Philippines, our country, to host the Asia Championships, organizing it, bringing it to the Philippines, having this kind of caliber of competition here, and what is the value of us, being able to execute it this well? Because based on an athlete perspective, and based on part of the we're being hired as to run a podcast as well, and just being part of the audience as well, I can see how well organized this event is. What does it mean for CrossFit Infinitas, Philippine CrossFit, and what is its value?
Okay, that's a really good question, because that's something I carry in my heart every single day. You know that CrossFit Infinitas, we have this tagline called "Raise the Bar, Raise the Spirit." It has a twofold meaning, like you raise the barbell, and of course your spirits are raised because exercise makes us happy.
Right.
But the second meaning of that is deeper, in that we want to raise the bar, raise the level of service, raise the level of, like, that's why, we had brought in the best. Raise the level of just everything, the caliber of everything, because we feel that in doing so, in giving the Filipino, that we could raise the Filipino spirit. The Filipino is always used to pwede na yan. Yeah, it's ugly, but it works. I don't want that. I believe the Filipino deserves the best. So what we're trying to do here is the same thing. That's what it means for CrossFit Infinitas. I mean, I think I have like 80 people from my box just volunteering in different sorts of teams, and you know, they're taking time away from work, etc., etc., and I really, really value it. I mean, you know, because every one of us is like, yes, we will do this. It has been given to us. The opportunity comes once in a lifetime. I mean, we don't know where this is going to be next year, right? But now that it's with us, it's like, you know, we just wanna, we feel it's really important to, yeah, raise the bar, so that everybody else hopefully will see the example that we've set and try to follow suit, because I think everybody wins if everybody tries to follow suit. Now for the Philippines, I think it's also very important because we actually have a very robust CrossFit community. It's a very large one. It's one of the largest in Asia, and I feel that we have just been, bypassed for a long time, you know. And I feel like this is something we can show them, like, we're actually a very happening community, and if you see the grounds, it's very disco, because that's what we are. We know how to have fun, but we also know how to work hard. And I think this is one of the reasons why we really wanted to give everything to this, is because we wanted to show that the Philippines is actually a viable venue for CrossFit competitions and just anything, you know, just friends of ours coming over. We've had a lot of bad press, you know, and I just wanted to change that, because yes, there are bad things, but that's not all that it is. And I think for the Philippines in general, the CrossFit Philippines community, I think this is very, very important, because it gives us national pride, you know. It's not a matter of personal pride for us. As you know, we talked before, it's a matter of national pride. That's why it's so valuable to us, because it gives us confidence every time we do something right. We have a feeling of accomplishment. I think that's what everyone just wants to have, you know. So I think it's very valuable to us, that national pride, that, you know, that even if things are not always ideal, we have that. We can do it. So that's what it is.
All right, absolutely beautiful words. And you heard it yourself from the head of CrossFit Infinitas, the big boss lady, also the head judge of the 2017 Asia Championships held here in Manila, the Philippines. Also one of the organizing team of the Asia Championships as well. These are the people that inspire this kind of movement. These are the people who run the show, the people that you don't see up in the front, because like as the competition, as always it is, the athletes are the highlights. But these are the people who truly give value to what we are experiencing today. So thank you again, Sunny. Thank you so much for your time. We'll give you guys the rest of the interviews for the rest of the organizers of this amazing event. So don't go away. And we're back for the Ground Grown podcast, still covering the Asia Championships 2017 here in Manila, Philippines, specifically here at 123 Pioneer, home of Out of the Box and Avant. Joining me is one of my oldest friends in the industry of CrossFit. We started as training partners. Now we're both coaches. Now we're both head coaches of our respective boxes. We have Antonio Sheteriales. Antonio, real quickly, my first question for you is, what does it mean for Avant-Garde CrossFit to be involved in a competition or an event that is of the caliber of Asia Championships? You know, it's 3 years old, started out in Bangkok, then Korea, now in the Philippines, and you guys are one of the partner facilities. What does that mean for you exactly?
All right, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me over here. So Avant-Garde, really excited to be part of this, hosting this Asia Championships. Most of my partners, or all of us partners here, are athletes. So we know what the event needs, and having an athletes area to warm up, to cool down is very important for us. So we were really excited to host it, to give the athletes a good place to warm up, cool down, connect with new friends and old friends, and having a good physiotherapist, recovery boost and everything. That's why we're really excited about this one.
Next thing is, apart from just being, the representative of Avant-Garde CrossFit as a facility to assist Asia Championships, you're also part of the organizing team. Mike Mogard during the briefing spoke largely of you, of being, a catalyst for this movement. What does it mean for you to be so involved in this Asia Championships organization team?
CrossFit changed my life in so many ways, and I always want to give back. And I want to inspire also other people the way CrossFit changed my life. So being part of this, I really want to organize a group or connecting the people that can provide a great show, not only for the Filipino community, but for the people, our friends from all over Asia. And I think I've done a great job connecting everyone together. I know it's really stressful, but I think it's worth it. Everyone having fun here. That's why I'm happy. My heart is full of joy. and I'm really thankful.
So apart from the elite division, which is primarily the primary division of the Asia Championships, there's an alternative division that is called the legacy division, which is basically to highlight athletes of the age of 35 and up. And you yourself actually qualified for this, but you opted out to help organize the event. Real quickly, what does it mean, or what is the value of that, seeing a division that is of the 35 and up caliber for you as an athlete or as a coach as well?
Getting older, it's not 35 above, it's not really old, but competing with young guns like you guys, and it's the strength is still there, but the recovery time is slower. But competing in this kind of level, competing with the same age is very important, and at least to give them the chance to shine on their respective divisions. And the older guys, for me, is more they're dedicated. Not only they're not full-time athlete, most of them have normal job businesses. So having this division, it's also inspiring, very, very inspiring. Not only for me, but those people who have normal jobs and family.
Yeah. Last question. So we've got the Asia Championships. Again, it started out in Bangkok, Korea, and now in the Philippines. You're part of the organizing team. It's amazing to see it finally here in our country. What do you think is the value of bringing such a caliber event to our country from behind the scenes? And it's just application to exposing it to our community, our country's community, and our country's athletes.
Our main goal here is to celebrate fitness, to inspire people, to give them more motivation to train more and to be fit and to be awesome in life. Okay, but so giving them the best that we have here, showing them that we can do it too, inspiring people to train more and harder. I think we've done a great job about it.
Awesome. All right, and you heard it yourself from the man himself, Mr. Anton Chateriales, one of the head coaches also of Avant CrossFit and part of the organizing team of the 2017 Asia Championships here in Metro Manila, Philippines. Don't go away as we bring in more influential people to our podcast. And so from the Ground Grown Group, we'll catch you later. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, guys, and we are back. And joining me today right now is Mitch and Riza. They are the brains behind Out of the Box, as we are still here in the Asia Championships 2017 here in Metro Manila, the Philippines. We are right now here in 123 Pioneer, tama ba? Yeah. 123 Pioneer, home of Out of the Box and Avant, two of the sponsors and co-presenters of the Asia Championships. Real quickly, we're going to talk about what is Out of the Box, what is the purpose, what is the goal, what is the mission, vision exactly. Just briefly talk to us through.
Okay. Basically, we're trying to redefine wellness. So when you say wellness, buy stuff that will make you healthy, eat stuff that will make you healthy. When you say wellness, we try to incorporate music, arts, everything. We're trying to redefine what wellness means and what this lifestyle means. That's our goal.
Okay, good. All right, and Out of the Box is greatly involved in this event that is the Asia Championships. And for those, again, we've said it multiple times in the other interviews, who don't understand what it is, it started 3 years ago in Bangkok, then it moved to Korea, and now it's in the Philippines. And this company right here is backing it up greatly. What does it mean to be involved in such a competition that is of this caliber, where we're bringing in some of the best athletes in Asia, bringing in people from Singapore, the different countries, Malaysia, Hong Kong, even Russia, Guam, Malaysia, Indonesia, the list kind of goes on. And having your brand and having our country be exposed to all of these people through this event, what does that mean for Out of the Box?
Well, it's a lot of work for one, but for us, it's all about trying to work with everyone in the community who can add value to the community. It's for us, the main reason I might jump to the next question why we got this project was basically to elevate the people who are actually adding value to making this community grow. It's a very young community, so we need people who are trying to ignite that fire and trying to make the community bigger for everyone.
Yeah. And we believe if you talk about functional fitness, if you talk about this lifestyle, the Philippines is the place to be. And we want to show the people around Asia and the globe na if you want this lifestyle, if you want to have a great experience, go to the Philippines.
you guys are definitely taking that idea of training as a lifestyle to a whole new experience and a whole new level. Congratulations on your new facility, by the way. But let's talk about that real quickly, briefly, finally. Also, functional fitness training as a lifestyle here in the Philippines, and using the Asia Championships as a sort of platform to elevate that, like as you said, and using the Asia Championships as a platform to basically highlight that, not just athletes, we're just also talking about our community in general. How does Out of the Box, or what does it mean to you guys, or what's the value of that kind of exposure for Philippine functional fitness, CrossFit, training, whatever it means?
Again, I go back na. This is an opportunity to show the globe what we're made of.
Right.
What we're made of. It's an opportunity for the Philippines. I think we're the only country, or at least out of the box, the only place or the only community that's really pushing this lifestyle. That's really pushing this kind of lifestyle. So we're really using this opportunity to show the world what the Filipinos are made of, how creative we are, how strong we are, how elite we are.
Whoa, yeah. Right, yeah. So I love that word passion, because as far as I've been working in this industry, the two people on my left are some of the most passionate people I've ever met. They've always worked hard and never asked any recognition. So thank you guys. Congratulations on an amazing event. Myself and my partner here, we're more than happy to be of service to you guys. If you guys have not checked them out just yet, look for them on Instagram and Facebook, Out of the Box Company. I believe they have a website. Actually, they don't have a website. Or you can, coming soon. Or you can just come over here to 123 Pioneer. It's on Waze, guys. It's really easy to find. And once you get here, you will find their newest facility. And I have to say, it's pretty badass, all right? Catch us later as we talk to more influential people and the brains behind the 2017 Asia Championships, only here in the Philippines. From the Ground Grown team, catch you later. Cheers. And we are back for more for the Ground Grown podcast, covering the Asia Championships 2017 here in 123 Pioneer, home of Avant Garde CrossFit and the Out of the Box Company. I almost forgot that one. Joining me right now is the other half of the directing team of the Asia Championships since its birth in 2015? 2014. We have Miss Melanie Lim, right? Earlier we talked with Michael Mogard, and with her she's more of like, do we say creatives or other things? Yep. Okay, yeah. So real quickly, Mel, first question. What does it mean for you, or what does it mean for you to have the Asia Championships run for the third year in a row? How has its value grown, and what is it like now being here in the Philippines?
I think we've had a huge privilege in being able to support the community for 3 years in a row. It's a huge feat to be able to bring this many people, this number of nationalities into the Philippines. And I think we're really lucky to have our local partners to help us put everything together. Doing this remotely from Brunei and from Singapore, it's a really tough feat. So without the local partners like Out of the Box, Avant Garde, and CrossFit Infinitas, absolutely none of this would be possible. So we're very, very appreciative and very proud of what we've done so far. Yeah.
So the Asia Championships has grown a lot. Like I was there, and it's in its inaugural year. Real quickly, I mean, Mo kind of spoke briefly about it, but I want to know it from your perspective too. Why the Asia Championships? Why, create something like this? Why give Asia this kind of platform? Share some insight on why you're doing this.
I think Asia has a ton of talent. Just from year to year, you've seen it grow, right? You've been a part of it since day one. You've seen so many new people join in, new faces, and you're like, people walk in and they're new to not just to the region, but also to competing. It's a great way to introduce people and get people connected in different parts of Asia. We don't get to see each other that much because we don't live on the same, within driving distance, unlike the States. So that's the top value for me, I think, connecting people. And the second thing is to showcase the different talents that we have. We have people in the Philippines who are so talented in putting together, like this, like media and showcasing talents and, putting a spotlight onto people who have trained all year round and giving them somewhere to shine and put that training to, the spotlight.
Yeah. One of the things that a lot of people talk about when it comes to the Asia Championships is the creatives of it. Like, you know, the coverage, the photos, the highlighting of the athlete, how amazing it is. Everybody loves being part of it, or everybody's trying to be part of it for that. Like the photos, the name cards. There's just a lot of personalization. And I know a lot of this comes from your end. And I really want to know, I just want to peer into your mind, why put so much value in the people who are participating in the Asia Championships?
I think about it this way, right? What other competition in the world would personalize an invite to you to come and compete, right? It's sort of our little way of saying, hey, you matter, right? In Asia, there's so many people, it's so easy to feel like you're lost in the crowd, right? What we're trying to say is, hey, we look at you and we see you. We recognize your work and we want you to feel special, and you've earned a right to compete on this stage. So that's sort of my thought process behind it. It's not easy personalizing over, I think it was 300 athletes invites every year, and we've done it from year one, and we plan on doing it every year.
Last question. What is next for the Asia Championships? I asked this with Mo. He held back on a lot of information. He just said expansion. I want to hear it from your end. What's next for the Asia Championships?
I think he's right on the money. It's about expansion. It's about connecting more people. The vision has not changed since year one. We want to connect as many people as we can, highlight as many talents as we can, give people a chance to show the work they put in, whether it's as a photographer, as a CrossFit athlete, as a judge even. A lot of things that you see out here. It's not just one person who's trained all year round. It's so many people, so much more than you see. So continue to do that in more places with more people. That's the plan.
Awesome. All right, you heard it yourself from the big boss lady as well, herself, the co-director of the Asia Championships here at 123 Pioneer, home of Avant Garde CrossFit and Out of the Box Company, our co-sponsors from the Ground Grown team. We'll catch you again later. Thank you, Melanie. Cheers. Bye, guys.